Hey guys, how's it going? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. Serious in the Temple here. How you guys doing? So, I had a subscriber ask me ask me some questions. Actually, I had multiple subscribers ask me many questions. I'm gonna be doing videos on these questions and stuff like this, and questions and answers and stuff like that. Um, I was recently asked about the New Age deception and how that plays a role in part with this movement of trying to get foreign information from either books in a library, maybe some YouTube videos, maybe a poster that you saw somewhere downtown, maybe something you heard about from friends, some foreign information you heard about gossip or rumors, um, and this whole thing about you know getting this so-called new age information. And is it deception? Is it deception, or is it something else? Well, let me put it bluntly for you guys. All right, the new age information is the real information about what's really going on in our world. The deception plays a part in all this because of the fact that the elites in our world, the elites that run everything, the ones that run the ones that own the television stations, the channels, the programming, the media, the demon that I like to call the media, you know, and you know how they bought up Washington Post, and they in this time frame they're trying to attack even our president today. You know, people don't understand that the deception was always going to come. Why? You have to understand this, guys. If you have individuals that are obtaining the real knowledge of the universe and how our world works and what's really going on in our government, and what's going on and who's doing what and who's doing this and who's breaking universal laws and who's going against universal laws, and what's happening to the human race consciously, what's happening to us in a form of connection with our higher and lower selves, and how this all plays a role in part with our destinies out here. See, the reason why we're here on this planet is to learn what a human experience is, to understand it, to feel it, touch it, taste it, all five senses, even with the sixth sense. And the sixth sense is what they don't want you tapping into in this society. Understand? This is why in the Vatican you see that they have that pine cone up there, which is in symbolic reference to your pineal gland. Your pineal gland, yes. And you see that the higher priest class, they have a vested interest in keeping individuals like you and myself unaware, keeping your pineal gland premature and untapped. They have a vested interest in keeping our potential as human beings to a minimum degree where we can only stay as human beings. Human beings, our true lineage comes from the stars. We don't, either soul or in spirit, we come from not just one place. This is, what people fail to understand is that when you observe what's going on in our society, it's very obvious that there's a lot of information being kept away. And from that standpoint, a lot of people say, well, what's going on in these societies and stuff like this? People, travel, they go traveling on the interwebs and end up finding out that there's such a thing as a dark web. And they don't know what that is, and then they end up messing around with things, and then they go get themselves in trouble. They even had that so-called movie that supposedly was coming out called The Dark Web, and you guys saw what happened on that trailer, right? They got in contact with an individual, an unknown entity or an unknown assailant or whatever, and they got themselves killed. Now, why would they not want you to go to a place like that? And yet, on a place like that, like the dark web, you see that there's all kinds of crazy, evil, demonic, satanic shit going on. Right? It's weird, right? I would think so as well. Now, when you see that, when you go to church, they tell you to have belief in blind faith. And they don't want you questioning anything, and to even question God is a sin, and you'll burn in hell forever for that shit. I mean, don't you think that's a little nonsensical? You ask a question, and now you're burning in hell? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, come on. Really? Come on. So you have an understanding now that there is a suppression on the universal awareness of the people on this planet, and this planetary matrix. When we understand that there is a suppression on us, psychically, mentally, even spiritually, you have to be aware of something. When new information comes out, you shouldn't run away from it. You should dive deep into it and find out what it's all about before judging. The New Age deception was created in part of trying to get all the individuals who are learning new information dealing with metaphysics, what goes beyond the world that we live in today. The reason why you even breathe in the first place. They don't want you learning this stuff, so what they do is they'll get individuals, agents, they're called agents, guys, who work for the Zionist corporation. They'll get these individuals, make them, seen in the public eye as if they're experts and they're all know-it-alls and they know everything. And then what will end up happening is that this person will mix in lies with the truth. You'll get 40% truth with 60% of lies. They'll give you way more lies than truth and make themselves seem like they're an expert and they know it all when really they don't know shit. And by the time you dive into this stuff, you end up doing something wrong and end up screwing yourself up in the process. Because they gave you faulty information. And then everybody starts looking at this new information. They go, oh no, that's that new age crap. Oh, that's satanic, or that's bullshit. They're just trying to fuck with you, or whatever the case is. And then eventually people leave the information alone because they feel they've been bamboozled. They paid all this money to get this information. They did all this stuff, and none of it worked out for them, and it all came tumbling down on them. And then you have the individuals who are actually giving out the real information. And, they're giving out the real information. People are studying it. People are adapting to it. People are learning and growing. And they're starting to see that this stuff really is real. The reason why this is new age information is because the arc cycle of Aquarius is the time frame on the planet when all the truths will come out to light. And all the lies will come out to light. And everybody will be able to see what's going on. It's called the information age. You understand? So when you have individuals who have a desperate need, a need and desperation to keep the people on this planet mentally inept, you have to question, why? Why would they want something like that? Why? You gotta think, man, why? I mean, goddamn. You don't want me knowing shit. And notice when you see these people up there in politics talking, most of y'all can't even understand who or what the fuck they're talking about. There's a reason for that. They don't tell you this in school, but you gotta actually you literally need to start reading books on this stuff to actually be able to understand what's going on in government. There is a very huge push in society Even the Pope knows about it. The Pope is one of the main founding heads of keeping people spiritually inept out here. Okay? He presents himself as this spiritual individual when he is not. Okay? The thing is this. When you observe that there is something really screwed up with this world, every single day someone dies. Every single day. You would think that there's one day where everybody's fine on planet Earth and everything's okay. That's not normal. Every day a tragedy happens. There's a lot of negative energy on this planet. And people are trying their best to ignore it while going to a 9 to 5 to work. And then when something bad happens to them in person, then they're like, holy shit. You know how they make this shit seem normal, guys? They set up news stations all over the earth. And then they complain and pretend like all this shit is normal. And you know how they do it? By distracting you guys with entertainment, music, the TV, television, programming, vision. Tells lies and programming and propaganda to your vision. They lie to you with movies like Roots. They tell so-called black people that this is where they come from and this is their roots and they came from slavery and they're just a piece of trash and that they don't matter and that they don't count. They give white people a false narrative of being superior when they are not. They tell Hispanic people that they should love the European side of their blood and hate the either the Haitian side or the darker blood of the African people in their bloodline. There's a lot of lies being told out here, and people perpetuate these lies. People wholeheartedly believe these lies, and then they go out into these rallies. They go out here protesting. They go out here believing the rhetoric. All these lies being told. The mental enslavement of humanity is real. And it starts in the mind first. When you get an entire demographic of people to believe a certain idea, a certain ideology, a mentality, where they live it, breathe it, taste it, feel it, see it, smell it, hear it, and they feel it within themselves, within their spirit. That is when you have finally been programmed. I remember about like 15 years back, when I was a youngster, still playing basketball at the basketball court. I remember seeing dudes walking around with their pants sagging off their ass. They're wearing shorts underneath their jeans. Their jeans are on the ground. They have a belt on their pants and their pants is to the ground. Some of these guys are walking around with boxers on. Freaking phallus about to come out and everything because these freaking morons have been programmed by the Zionist government to want to be like a gangster, a hip-hop raving gangster. That's where that style comes from. It comes from in the prisons and all this. They walk around down here with no damn sense. That style stopped a long time ago. But some people still doing it to this very day. Can you believe that? This is what television programming and MK Ultra mind control is about. About controlling your fucking mind. Now, this is all dealing with the New Age deception. See, now that a lot of people believe that the New Age information is a lie when it's really the real truth about metaphysics and what's really going on in our universe, they will look over it. They will look past it. The next thing that they'll do is that they'll think, oh, it's all bullshit, and then they'll stop believing in everything. Because now they probably figured out that religion is BS for the most part. And that it's not doing anything for anybody. They even had religious wars on this planet. People killing each other over it, so you already know there's something wrong with it. You already know. So then what ends up happening is that the person either becomes an atheist or they just don't believe in anything and they're not willing to dive into other sources to find information. How is the New Age information the real thing? See, the New Age information is the real information of what's really going on out here. See, in the Vatican, they have books on every single human being on the planet. Every single human being who ever came here, every single human being who was significant in history, every human being that's here with us today. Yes, they know who everybody is out here. They know. It's an epic it's an epic plot. It is an epic scam to make you all think that they don't know what is going on out here. They know exactly what's going on. They have books on the books on the dead and what kind of spirits lingering in other dimensions and stuff like this. They know what's really going on. In our country, we have ancient relics and ancient technology that doesn't even come from Earth, that was given to the human race. To this very day, people don't realize that flying cars already exist. All that stuff already exists. Why won't it come out? Because there is a suppression on information on humanity. They don't want this stuff coming out. Because at a certain point, when people are watching all these movies out here, and then they start seeing that in reality and in the movies it's starting to merge. Reality is starting to become like the movies, and the movies is starting to become like reality. People are going to start questioning, where is the line between reality and fantasy? They're going to start questioning where the line has to be drawn. Look at the AI technology now that's supposed to be coming out now. Artificial intelligence. Think about that. Artificial intelligence is almost like Skynet in the damn movie Terminator, or Transformers even. An artificial intelligence that might be damn near almost as smart as you. Where are they going with this? Then you gotta think, right? If this is where things are going, then you gotta think, where does the line get drawn? What if there is no line, and what reality is fiction, or what reality is fantasy, and fantasy is reality? There is no fantasy. Reality is anything that we can mentally think of. What if all the ideas that have ever been made up actually existed at one point in reality? And if that is what is going on here, then maybe the human race is the most ignorant, most docile creatures on planet Earth. Because honestly, I think animals are even more spiritually aware than we are. Animals can feel things. Notice how a dog will feel a negative vibe or energy coming around and it starts barking like crazy. Can't even shut him up for nothing. He can sense it when you can't. You're supposed to be smarter than a dog, aren't you? So why can't you feel the negative presence? But he can. It's because he's more rooted in nature than you are for some reason. It is because of all the efforts that the New World Order, the parasitic vampires, yes, energy vampires that are on this planet, controlling the planetary matrix, this prison planet, the third dimensional corporeal Earth. Corporeal means physical for those who don't understand. Non-corporeal means non-physical. They don't want our spiritual consciousness tapping into the non-corporeal reality, because those are the real realities. You must understand that everything that you've ever been told in school is a lie. Most of the information you got in school, you never used it when you left, did you? I know that sometimes my information can be hard to understand. There are many people that have looked at my OBE series, And still to this very day can't even do what I told them to do. I broke it down in the most easiest way for them to understand, and still they're having problems. It is amazing to me how you guys just don't understand. But the problem is not so much your understanding, it's the fact that you guys weren't taught this stuff at a young age. Did you guys know that when you guys were children and believed in all this fantasy crap, you guys were more in tune with reality than when you're a grown up? It's in reverse. The children are literally smarter than the grown ups of today. They actually understand that this stuff is real. Think about it. Our natural selves, when we come here, we're already attached to this kind of stuff. A horse with wings and stuff like this. But they'll tell you this stuff is false. Funny, scientists have already figured out that you know what they did? They got a leaf, right? They had a theory that energy works through all living matter in all things. And they said that energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred, or transferred in a different waveform, or it'll split and convert into a different type of energy source to be used for a new or newfounding purpose. So energy can only be redistributed, or it can be used for something else, or it can dissipate for a while, but it'll always find a way to rise back up, almost like a phoenix in a way. So they tested this out with a leaf. They cut the leaf in half, and they saw through their lenses and their machinery, and they saw that the shape of the leaf, the energy of the leaf, was still present within the leaf. Let me say this in a way that you can understand. The leaf, the solid leaf, was cut in half, and the other half that fell to the ground, they saw an energetic replica of the leaf as if it was never cut in the first place, showing you that energy is something that works beyond the physical matter in which we live on. And energy is what animates us. In fact, human beings are a limitless source of energy. You guys are like a battery that just never dies out. And depending on who you are, well, that's a different topic for a different day. Now, they also had an same experiment with a man that lost his leg due to a shark attack. He was a surfer. They put his leg through a machine and saw that, yes, he may have lost his physical leg, but when they looked through the machine, they saw that there was an energetic replica of his leg in place of where his leg was literally chopped off and gone, showing that the human body is a limitation device for us to live the human experience of today. Meaning we have a real-time double. We have a double ganger. The physical body, and then you have a spiritual vehicle, which is a spiritual body inside your physical body. So which one is real and which one is false? I'll let you guys think about that in your head for a little second. Go ahead, think about it. Why do I say think about it? Because some people really don't get this stuff. I'm saying that we are really composed of energy. If we're really composed of energy, why are we in physical vehicles? We're in this physical experience down here to learn and grow. But some of us, our spiritual progression has been halted because there are certain individuals who have a deception agenda. I will say it again. There is a deception agenda on this planet to keep us dumbed down, fucking ignorant, not to know a goddamn thing. And you have certain powers out here trying to fight against these darker forces, the deep state and all that other stuff that's going on out here. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare your mind for you to understand this kind of information. God damn it, I never said I knew everything. Because I don't, man. But the little that I know, I'm going to share it with you. I don't claim to know everything. Please. Please don't put me on that boat. But what I do know, I learned off of experience. Or I studied. Or I went here, I went there. I experienced it firsthand. Understand? What I am asking you guys is not even to take my word for it. Study this stuff. Get into it. Learn about it. But the first step in dealing with this stuff is figuring out how to connect to your spiritual selves. Meditation is key. There is a reason why Shaolin monks can do the kind of things that they can do. They are more closely connected to themselves than everybody else on the planet. It's just true. And if they can do that kind of amazing stuff, search it up. Why can't you? What are you lacking that they have? You're not lacking a damn thing. You're just not connected to yourself. All human beings out here talk to themselves inside their head or outside verbally. Do you know why you do that? It's because you have a higher self. When you speak to yourself and stuff like that, to you it's like normal, isn't it? It's like second nature. It's because there's another self of you that understands. That you need that kind of you need that kind of relationship with yourself in order to figure things out. And that's normal. That's completely normal, guys. The New Age deception is basically people who are freaking satanic and our fucking government. And these people, they do all kinds of witchcraft, spells. They go to that. They go to they go to certain places and worship demonic beings, and they try to get demonic power from different realms and stuff like this. And they do all this stuff, and they pay billions and billions of dollars, to keep society dumbed down and ignorant. They use the EMF waves out here to fuck us up mentally and psychically and stuff like this. And they make deals with demons and stuff like this. Real demons, yes. I'm sorry to say it, but this stuff is real. And it's all in a concentrated effort to keep you guys dumbed down and ignorant. Because they know that if the human race ever woke up, and we all just woke the hell up out of this shit, the game would be over. All I'm saying is that when you understand that there really is information out there that you can utilize to understand what is going on out here. When you understand that this stuff is real, now you can start moving forward and understanding what else is going on. It's some really crazy sounding shit, I know. And they go about it in many different ways, like the fluoride in your water supply, They even try to put it in your toothpaste, They go about it in many different ways, What is it, They go about it, in many different ways, man. They try to control the weather out here. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But I do believe that in this time frame right now, like right now, like in this area of living, in this time, a lot of people are really waking up. They're starting to see that something's wrong. The humans on this planet are really starting to understand that there's something wrong with this place. And with that being said, we got to do something about it. And the white hats in government are taking steps to try to fix this crap. But, I just wanted to speak to you guys a little bit about this stuff and make you guys understand a little bit more of what's going on. You shouldn't be afraid of the New Age information. Find out what sounds good to you. Keep moving forward with that. You find anything that you don't like or sounds too terrible, or, it's just doom and gloom all the time, and they're telling you that you ain't got no kind of power and stuff like this, and you're weak and you should just fucking drop dead or some shit. Like, don't listen to that. That's just negative influence, and that's probably some deception bullshit. We're more powerful than we could possibly believe, and not everything is doom and gloom with this stuff. There's a lot of positives in this stuff as well, you know. And I'm telling you guys, like for you guys that want to see amazing things, there are more amazing things out there than you could possibly imagine. But I'm exiting out now, guys. I'm signing off this thing, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right. All right, this is Serious Inner Temple Out. It's your man, Serious, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's your boy, Serious. Catch me. I'm out. Peace.